I like urban environment, and especially if it is a well-designed urban center. And the world's most beautiful city is London. And it's always a pleasure to walk in the city, just witness the city. It's therapy in many ways because being a designer, we can enjoy things much more than the non-designers because we see symmetry, we see design, we see colors, and we can appreciate those things. I'm not saying others cannot, but as a designer, we evolve into these things or they become part of our whole thinking. In this case, you can see that how city is planned city. Some of you might argue that it is not really a planned city, but in comparison to many of the cities, and if you look at it, has got that things organized and things are much more user friendly. In this case, you can see a good number of people are utilizing pathways or footpaths to reach their destination. This side of me, there is a tube station, so people are, therefore you can see most of them are moving towards the direction because it's underground. So there is an entrance, the white arc which you see, that's entrance for the tube. So if you look at this whole ambience, it has got a kind of a nostalgic. I lived in the city for many years, so therefore I have a different kind of perception about this city. It is not just a tourist perspective for me. It's physically living in this city, walking on this street many times and experiencing every bricks, every tile, and every season. And a different season, the city looks differently in the sense it feels different. Of course, it looks same. Those buildings are not going to move season to season, but the kind of feeling which you're able to experience, that differs. So that's what I meant. But personally, I'm really fascinated with the way things are designed, the way things are organized. And the city is a walkable city and it's a walking friendly city. And there are a lot of coffee shops on the sides. You can sit and enjoy coffee while enjoying the weather. I know some of the people don't like the cities and urban cities. I totally understand them. The people who are born in urban cities and big cities, they might have a different likes in the sense they want to go towards villages or interiors where abundance of natural streams or forests, things like that. But for me, because I born in those kind of places, so therefore for me fascinating aspect is these man-made, organized environments. And of course, look at the whole city, how nicely it is organized. And it's not just organized. If you see aesthetic, which is just exist every corner of the city, there is something to enjoy, there is something to relish. And simultaneously you see there's a Victorian style as well as a modern structure, and which follow the minimalism and use a newer material like glass and steel. And the next to that modern building, there is a Victorian, whether we call it a mansion or a building, which use a traditional material like bricks and arches and arcs and patterns. So this kind of contrast is something part of London City. That is what fascinates most of the designers, including me. When I witness a city, it just takes me to my memory and me walking on those streets. When I'm here talking to you, I'm feeling that I'm walking in the city and talking to you, literally, and I can feel, I can experience surrounding and this lovely looking city's ambience, and I can experientially feel the vibe of the city. Hey, here is a Pret. You got a coffee there. Sometimes they make a good coffee, but many a time I don't like their coffee. It's everywhere in London, and every corner you can see a Pret. Personally, I don't like their coffee, but sometimes that is the most accessible coffee cafe, so you end up having it. But there are many boutique coffee shops in London where you'll get exclusive coffee, which I like most. So maybe in another video we're going to discuss about the coffee shops which I have been several times, and I'll take you to those places and explain you. So here again that there is a good amount of a green intervention here. Then there is a modern glass building. Next to that there is a bricks building. Then you can see some kind of ornated building. And the color of the bus is, again, it's adding a lot of lovely color scheme to the whole urban landscape. Yeah, I personally like the city and the way it is designed, even though many people doesn't agree with me. They think it is a congested city. Of course, it is congested in some way, or many ways for that matter, but it has got a beauty of that in the sense, therefore it become a cozy. Again, the weather, this is the summer, so you can walk and you can enjoy, you can relish the city beauty. That's it for this discussion. Thanks for being with me, and I'm going to take you through another part of the city and I'll explain you my experience of the city. So I'm planning to come up with a series of videos wherein I'll be sharing my indulgence with the city and my unending love for the London city. Thanks for listening.